Okay, let's begin. It's Tuesday. Would you... We be... As we... Got up.
The day I... My father is missing. Last night I told him of the invader. Elias and I will attempt to reach the far hills. I underestimated our enemy. Elias is now dead. There is a woman in the valley now. Not one of us, but not one of them either. We are no match for Trinity. They are the ones that drove our... We are no match for Trinity. They are the ones that drove our
Another difficult winter for my people. There are more deaths than births now. I made a mistake today. One that threatens to lead to more mistakes. I can no longer deny the pull that Alia has on me. She came... Alia is with child. My daughter.
I received word today that university funding would be cut again. Lara has accused me of paranoia again. Perhaps she's right. Received an invite today to speak at a conference on folklore and anthropology. The conference was, of course, a disaster. I might as well have been booed from the... Having Anna in my life has put new wind in my sails. She's helped me new developments. I found an old manuscript buried and forgotten under a heap of pseudo...
We heard of the Prophet's arrival in Constantinople, but we paid it no mind. For a month I have gone to the Forum to hear the Prophet speak. I wear robes of the Some believe the Prophet to be God's Son risen, but he makes no such... The Church in the West has sent their messengers. When the Emperor died, the Prophet's favor was lost, and we were... When the Knights of the Order of Trinity learned of the Prophet's rebirth, they attacked again.
My love, this letter is long overdue, but I have been hard at work.
Light the passages below, but be careful transporting it.
Fires still rage in the outer districts. The last of the wooden building. It has been months since the snows of the mountain buried the heart of Katesh. We sent... It is our first winter since the Mongol invasion. No more than 1 in 3 of us. It has been nearly a decade since Katesh was lost to us.
My son, the Order of Trinity has received word that the Prophet's followers are building a great tomb.
My lord, what you say is impossible. I myself... My lord, I ride at the head of a small army of the faithful. My lord, the last remnant of the Prophet's followers have barricaded themselves in...
A prophet must have his followers. Kokos of... Cities are not built on plans alone. There must be material. The road to Katesh was long and hard. Infirmity. Rivka joined the Prophet because her husband, a Rus nobleman. After the city was built, the first generation of followers stared out upon it.
We may be far from our home, but that does not make us barbarians. When our love...
Someone broke into this place in the dead of night. They filled their pockets with coin, turned over urns of oil and...
I knew the risks. It was only a matter of time before the city guard caught me. By day, I must pull...
The wealth of this valley continues to reveal itself, like a flower in bloom. Every year, new buildings rise from the wilderness.
They say you never forget the first time you hear the sound. My parents took me here.
Without this place, this divine sculpture of wind and rock...
It's done. We'll die here, thanks to Coraldus.
The Maria Adula is trapped. The ice gave way.
The dead choke the rivers. Our children's blood.
We cannot leave our children to rot beneath the sun, but there are too many...
Deep below the holy ground of our city, we have found the source.
My mind is clear today. It was not so yet.
I have left my wife in the care of these physicians. The sickness became...
We can no longer wait for our brothers outside the mines to begin their resistance.
We are crippled by our isolation. We have with us the combined medical knowledge of the Empire.
When the uranium ore was nearly gone, I feared our...
For a year, I have ridden with an army of Mongols, as envoy from the...
We have told the people of the Valley City that we will attack it.
I have never felt such terror. Tonight, the armies of the Mong...
Trinity has twice before sent great men...
General, we observed something strange in the night.
We have sealed the doors and barred them from...
I have failed. There will be no... God is testing me. I've scavenged weapons and tools enough. I have made myself a refuge in this frozen hell. At last, I must have fallen asleep. It is hard to tell time, but I leave these notes for whoever should follow in my footsteps.
The Red Army is coming. I've been tracking... I've infiltrated the ranks of the enemy, and... We were fools. Careless, arrogant... The Red Army finally uncovered the Temple of the Prophet.
Comrades, this report comes to you following an unprecedented discussion. At your earliest convenience, please acknowledge... We now have heavy equipment in place within the main cavern. We intend to gain Comrades, it is imperative that you respond to my communiques. We are now... It is clear to me now that our communication... To any who received this message...
I have learned all I can from the carnage inside the Prophet's... The Prophet and his followers have been traveling under cover of night. The fugitive Prophet has crossed out of the Empire and now turns north. He's passed through the lands of the Rus. I can't... The madman continues on. I thought I had died. The cold, no...
Our ancestors came here as men and women fleeing Byzantium. The flora of our valley, from the tall tree... The creatures of this valley were unfamiliar to us. The bones of the earth itself offer up their wealth, and we have learned to survive and...
Young ones, you scoffed at learning your letters, said it had nothing. Here is your lesson for today. Bring me any creature with... You're making great strides, young ones. I almost believe some of you might be passable hunters. You'll never find a finer meat than boar, as black as the We have a true test now, young ones. The valley is balance. When one thinks... You are hunters, every last one of you, and I am proud. Your final lesson...
We're gearing up. I was on the first flight to Siberia to secure the old... First day in Siberia, and it happens. 2 years in I don't think Anna shares our faith. Or she's in this for something. Security guards came at night. Knew they would.
I know I've taken some jobs of questionable legality, and I know you're not happy. It's not nukes. Creepy-looking guy with a scarred face named I'm in trouble. Big fucking trouble. I've been snooping around. I've attached everything I've learned so far. Anna and Constantine...
I wish this pain wasn't so familiar. Like looking an old enemy in the eye. I'm on the right track, but to what, I'm not sure. So, there are people who live out here. Constantine is here, the man who tried to kill me in Syria.
Roth is determined that I should learn how to shoot. However, he tried to teach me. I hope you received my last tape in good time. I am
For the first time in weeks, things are becoming clear. Alone again. Jacob. I think about Dad every day. For you. Separated again. I just hope Jacob and his people are resilient. I'll give them that. Trinity being here. The people they're hurt.
I wish you could see the view from my tent, Lara. The dig looks so...
I want answers, but what choice do I have now? So much violence and death. Jacob's people. I'm ahead of Anna now, but I don't know what I've gotten myself into here. Someone else was attacking Trinity in the darkness beneath the cathedral. They have Jonah now, and the Atlas.
I know I've spoken little of your mother, Lara, but I want you to know that... I know that you like to read the archaeological journals now, but I urge you...
I just have to catch my breath for a moment. This place, Katesh. I don't know what I expected an immortal being to be like, but Jacob seemed...
Before I even held you, I almost lost you, Lara. Yet you fought back.
The soil in this valley is not the rich, black earth of your fertile homeland. The bone... Pain is illusory, just as the body it is tough. Once we had learned the lessons of our enemies, Our ancestors had not been hunters for many generations. This valley has given us all we need to survive and flourish. When the body suffers a wound, When we first arrived in this new valley, When we fled the Empire, we left much behind. Though the philosophers believe our body is but a dream of the soul, there was a time when our empire fought with sword and shield.
I knew it was a mistake when I threw the drink in his face, but I did it anyway. Ivan, I thought it would be simple. Most of these rough, stinking thugs take what they've... I never held my daughter. They took her from me on the surgeon's table. It's been weeks since these bastards dragged me from the gulag. There was a revolt, a bomb. The native people,
Nadia, my granddaughter. By now you already know. When the guilt of working in the gulag became too strong, I would lash out. We decided to wait until winter passed. We hid supply. They put me with the other Russian prisoners. The officer wandered out of the Vale just as our rescue party
It is my great honor to have been given the responsibility of overseeing the construction of a shrine to the... Construction on the shrine continues. We decided to build our shrine at the top. I have suspended all construction at the shrine and ordered the workers to prepare for the return trip. I am the last. There are others, wraiths who haunt the Vale.
Initial contact was made with the elderly native male at 0700. It's all wrong. Lost the old man entering the Vale. It's dark. The others are out there. I can hear them. It's her. Always been her. At the margins, in the...
I don't have the words to describe what I just saw. I went... Nadia's grandparents, split apart by the Gulag, are reunited. They all have...
This veil is mine. I have watered the ground and cultivated the dreaming blossoms. No one will end. I speak to myself, if only to hear another voice. I thought I survived to spite my tormentors. But now...
Against all odds, they survived in the ruins of their former glory. They were almost wiped out, and those that lived struggled. Somehow, the Mongol horde learned of Katesh and the treasure of the source. They laid siege. The city was a marvel. If half of this can be believed, it was the rival of Constantinople or The followers of the Prophet were builders, engineers, scholars, doctors, as well as soldiers. But through the hardship, they knew they had been chosen to be the protectors of the divine source. So, across the steppes and into the frozen wastes, they fled south to the very edge of the Empire. But when the Emperor died, the Prophet's favor in court died with him. The new Emperor distrusted him. The Prophet returned from the wilds a changed man, bearing the divine source, and the Athanatoi, literally the deathless ones. They defended the city against all invaders with Greek fire. When the drought of 1,000 days choked the land, the Prophet was slain by the Order of Trinity as they fled Constantinople. But his followers... A great plague descended upon the people, ravaging young and old alike. The Prophet went among the afflicted, laying his hands upon them, restoring... When the great armies of the north invaded the land, the people rose up to meet them in battle. We celebrate the miracles of the Prophet of Constantinople, who was unjustly taken from us at the hands. A plaque celebrating the scientific achievement of the Soviets. It reads, another plaque to promote a good work ethic. The plaque is a little more... an image of a man working a farm in the dead of night. The text reads, Lenin lived, Lenin lives. Coco stands at the crest of the mount. Watch. Damien lifts the black dirt of Katesh up over. Aurora ministers to the wounds on. Rivka in her old age. Valentina stands overlooking the built city. Valentina stands overlooking an ancient carving of a pagan god. Perhaps the hilt of an ancient dagger. A thin, fluted flint arrowhead snapped in. An ancient deer charm carved from a stag's an ancient... This is, particularly odd. A prehistoric carving of the bear. The stone looks like it could have come from this valley. A gold sword hilt inlaid with jewels. An iron pendant. Soldiers in... Soldier's flag, to be hung from a spear. A pair of gambling dice. Common thing for soldiers, but these are a little more opulent. A gold belt buckle, decorative but strong and... The standard of the Prophet's army. Another religious symbol, but this one... A religious icon, detail. A ceremonial cloth worn by... It's a reliquary box. A papal bull. The lead seal marking the authenticity of a document. A Byzantine brooch. The enamel work is beautiful. A coin with an image of a city stamped in gold. A golden necklace of incredible detail. Whoever made it, it's the equal of anything. An ivory jar. It looks like it was carved from a single tusk. A golden chalice fit for a king. Or a blue glass vase, still in excellent condition. The Prophet's icon cast. A thumb ring for a Mongolian. An arrowhead carved from bone. This looks like Mongol craftsmanship. There's a piece of flint in the pouch. It's a striker to start a Mongolian tug. A banner of sorts to be affixed to a spear. These are spurs from Mongol horsemen. A paisa, a sort of passport. A crown from one of the princes of Kiev. How... A woman's necklace made of Baltic amber. A vase made of silver. It's seen a lot. A drinking horn. Not very... A carved wooden relief of what looked... An ivory tusk with delicate A scroll case inlaid with ivory and... This must have been a censer to burn incense in, but it... This vase must have been beautiful once, but someone's poked a few new... A basket made of silver, certainly meant to be decorative. An old ring tied to a leather thong to create a... An iron coin with one side cut and shaped into a crude... This flask belonged to a soldier in the Red Army. I don't recognize the insignia. The Hero of the Soviet Union Medal. It's the highest honor given for acts of heroism. Order of the Red Banner Medal. Another high... A silver cigarette case. Looks like it's been through a war, which is likely. A small gentleman's pillbox with an enamel hammer and sickle. Soviet military dog tags, standard issue. The name is Yuri Ravdonikas. A small, intricate clockwork toy made of bits of scrap. Another sculpture, but this one looks like a game. A family photograph, Russian, late 1950s. Perhaps one of them was imprisoned here. A Gulag identification card for one of the... A trigger mechanism for a bomb. A rifle shell, but there's something unusual about this. A pendant. No, a modern reliquary. There's a small... Someone's rosary. These beads have been worn away. A badge of rank in a military order. Trinity. It's a stamp to seal official Trinity letters. Not many people still use these. A military patch for Trinity soldiers. Aside from the design... Baba Yaga's weapon. It's a scythe, but it's been dressed up to look like... An ancient carving of... Against all odds.